Now. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the slight delay. I kind of had to have other people in here to start.
You should have done the show by yourself. Would have been funny.
I'm not that fun on my own. Like, I need someone to work off of.
You know what else you need to do?
What?
Share your screen so I can see what we're talking about.
Oh, right. That would be an excellent idea.
We are professionals here.
That is
quality material. From
that is the best idea. There you go.
Yay! All right, wackadoos. Oh, alchemy. Oh, fun.
Yes, it should be interesting. I like the logo. The logo is fun.
Sorry, I'm trying to find our chat. Okay. Chat, where are we at?
I don't think there's anyone in it except for me.
Nice. Perfect. That's the best. My favorite.
Thank you.
Alright. Alchemy time. AlchemyLab. I like their logo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the logo is fun.
Yeah.
Can you read it?
That's some high quality. That's some high quality production value.
Yeah.
Sorry, like we have such low like expectations that like even the slightest amount of competence makes.
Yeah. Although I'm a bit confused by like the buttons. Like, why does it need to
unnecessarily animated? I love every bit of it.
Like, I feel like they used a template and they were supposed to say something else in the like green.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Like, I'm not.
Hey, this episode is sponsored by Squarespace Labs, whatever. No, it's not. That's a lie.
Vix.
No. Look at that! What happened there? I was all impressed by you, and then you
Yeah.
made a mess at the end.
Yeah.
I
This.
like the wheelie scroll. You think that's good?
Well, I think it's also because I'm zoomed in.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
So their site doesn't probably adapt to being zoomed in on.
Yeah.
This week's episode is sponsored by Johnny's website builder.
Get your free website today by going at johnnysfreewebsite.com/taking a look at.
No, it's not .com. It's not that like some random domain he was able to get.
.ca. It's just Canadian for apparent reason.
Get your websites, eh?
No. Nope. Makes perfect sense. Love it.
So, what is this website about? There's only
and not the Full Metal Alchemist kind.
Sadly not. This website is devoted, you hear that? To helping individuals, I'm an individual, understand and apply the principles of alchemy. Alchemy's most basic tenet is that it's not true. Is that there are two ways of knowing reality. Learning to work with both of them is how the journey of transformation begins. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm really disappointed that they didn't do the law of equivalent exchange. Like,
I'm more confused by the fact that like that's not what I think of when I hear alchemy.
There are two ways of knowing reality: learning to work with them, and how the journey of learning. Oh, it doesn't actually tell us the two.
No, they come here.
They come next. I got all excited. I was like, oh, were they in there? No. That was a giant lie.
You want to tell us about the first way path?
Are they really called? Okay, we're gonna have solar path. Solar path. The first way of knowing is rational, deductive, argumentative, and intellectual thinking. That is the hallmark of science in our patriarchal Western culture. I mean, you're not 100%
We just don't call it that.
Yeah. Yes.
All
only in the name.
Also, that one is kind of like the reason we use that one is kind of because it's been shown to work.
I will also take slightly issue with the Western part because there's a lot of Eastern
like
societies that have science and have good science.
Yeah.
Like it's not just white people who can science. Indians can really well too. They made the USB.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that was a.
It was an Indian guy who made a USB. Like it was for like an American company, but I think it was an Indian guy.
Huh.
Yeah, it was a brown person. I think it's, but that could be racist to me to think of Indian. Okay. I didn't finish.
No, sorry.
I like how I can actually read your screen today.
Well, that's because I did a clever thing, and instead of sending this at 30 frames per second with sound, I decided to set it at only 15 frames per second without sound.
Because we're not moving much.
This isn't a video game, and we aren't Geo.
True. His stream did look really nice, though. I gotta admit, I watched the him playing.
Oh yeah.
It looks real nice. Like, looks real nice. Okay, sorry. I got distracted there. The alchemist called this consciousness. We need to break out the bingo card again. Solar, and assigned it many code words such as the sun, fire, sulfur, the king, spirit, and ultimately the one mind of the universe. What?
It sounds more like it's some kind of like weird, like they made up their own names for like tarot cards.
Yeah, like this sound. Yeah, you probably did this. I did this. Fucking dork. Like as a kid, where you like sat down and like designed your own like video game or whatever. Like.
What do you mean as a kid?
Well, the reason that I say as a kid because it sounds like a middle schooler's attempt to like.
This could this could easily just be things in the Dark Souls game.
These are just items in Dark Souls. Oh no, the king. Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah, like sulfur.
These are just items in Dark Souls. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Okay. Throughout this website, whenever materials involve left brain activity like lists, linear thought, schematics, formula, arguments, and logic, the icon used will be the sun symbol. Oh.
Hey, Andy, you do brain stuff. Is the left-right brain thing an actual thing?
Yes and no. So it is actual, like, it's a...
That's the most psychology answer ever.
I know, right? Like, so it's yes because, like, different parts of your brain are in charge of different functions. Like, you know...
Yes.
It's like a car. Let's go with car. Like, different parts work in different places. But that doesn't mean they don't, like, interact with each other and that they, like, when you do the whatever, there's an actual name for it, but I don't remember, like, the split brain thingy, where you cut the bridge.
Yes, split brain patients, where they end up having effectively two people kind of in the same body. That's a massive oversimplification of what's actually going on.
Yeah, it's super weird and super cool.
Yeah,
Super
cool.
Some of the experiments on it are fascinating.
Yeah, where you can have the two brain halves disagreeing on something, which is the freakiest in my like to me, because it's just like, wait, how can I'm saying one thing, but my right arm is like writing something else.
Yeah. Yeah, so some of them are like, you cover up like one eye and ask the person to like identify or write something, and they disagree on what they see or what they do. It's those studies are fascinating. So that's why it's kind of right. Like your brain does kind of.
Yeah, but I think when they say it, they mean like it's the idea that like one brain half does like all the touchy-feely imagination stuff, and the other one is like straight logic, like German engineering.
That's more pseudoscience-y there. Like,
yeah,
there's some amount of truth to like the fact that your brain compartmentalizes what it does, but that doesn't mean that like you have one side that like
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that it's split up in that way. If that makes sense, but that's fucking psychology for you. Makes no goddamn sense. Paul's here.
I did actually, yeah, I think, hold on, I think it might also be because I have the gain turned up on my mic. Because I was in a stream last Saturday, and apparently I talk loud. So I ended up like whispering, so I turned the mic up. Which makes me wonder how much of the shit I say my neighbors have heard.
Oh yeah. I'm sure plenty.
Okay.
They're tired of it. So.
Well,
I'm sure my neighbors are tired of my nonsense.
I mean, it's one thing of them hearing like all the shit I say in like streams. It's another thing like the things they're gonna hear like talking in private to people. Especially pasta.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I've said too much.
You have. I'm glad she's not in the chat. If she's in the chat,
she's probably watching.
We're gonna hear about the CERN. I just heard German engineering for reference.
Yeah. Okay, the lunar path.
Lunar path. Oh,
it sounds like that's a good band name. Okay, let's.
I am kind of now that you've pointed out this like Dark Souls thing. I'm like really stoked about the names that they're using. Like Lunar Path.
Oh no, Lunar Path and Solar Path. There are two like different ways of subclasses of a D&D class.
Oh, I was about to say it's Pokemon Lunar Path and Pokemon Solar Path.
Isn't that just Solrock and Lunatone?
No, well, there's also Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, Sun and Moon. Yeah, right. Sorry.
Also, really disappointed that they didn't actually put Lunatone and Solrock in those games.
When I played my Sapphire, I always got a Lunatone.
Mm-hmm.
A Lunatone and an X-Cloud.
Oh, I do love X. They have great designs.
Yeah. And a Sharpedo. We should probably read.
I know. You can write Sharpedo in Sun and Moon. Like, it's dumb, but it's really cool, but you can
Wait, hold on. But its ability is that if you touch it, you get hurt.
I know, but you can... I know. It's got sharp skin, but that's okay.
Pokemon
doesn't give a fuck. Pokemon's gonna let you put a saddle on and ride on top of it into the sunset.
Wait, where are we gonna put the saddle? It's just a head.
I know. You should watch it. You can do it. I'm just saying, and it's animated. Like it's not even like surf like it was before. Like you can actually.
Oh no.
Your character on top of a Sharpedo, riding away.
That also really raises the question. Well, I guess the question was always there of like the small water Pokemon that you learn surf.
I know. Who's that? Who's the other one? Is this in like Rhydon learn surf? Or Rhyhorn?
Yeah. Well, that's because they're some of the normal types can learn it as well.
Yeah. That one's also kind of a weird one. We're not talking about Lunar Path at all. Like we're nowhere near Lunar Path.
No.
No.
We're at Mount Meteor. Isn't that what it's called?
It is. It is called Mount Meteor. That's where you get the Clefairies and stuff.
Yeah. No, that's Mount Moon.
Is that Mount? Oh no, Mount Meteor is the one. The one in
Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, where you get the Lunatone or Solrock. I think.
Oh, do you get Lunatone?
You get it. Yeah. You catch it in like a cave that's full of like. It's a cave that's somehow also full of craters. I'm not sure how that works.
Yes, Pokemon Log.
Okay. Yeah. Lunar Path. The alchemists called the other way. Oh, they don't exist anymore? Called the other way of knowing Lunar. This kind of intelligence is a non-linear, image-driven, intuitive way of thinking that is an accepted tool of arts and religion. Among its symbols are the moon, water, Mercury, the Queen, the Holy Ghost. Wait, what?
Holy ghost.
Holy ghost, Batman. So, and the ultimate, the one thing of the universe. Wait, wasn't that? Oh, so there's the one mind.
The one mind and the one thing.
Okay, personally, I think it would have been opposite, since like they're laying this out to be all like logical and like objects were the thing, and this is more like thinking and abstract. So, is that just me? I feel like it should be the other way around.
I mean, all of this seems extremely subjective to me.
Fair point. Throughout this website, yeah, that's a word. Let's go with that. Whenever the material involves right brain activity dealing with drawings, paintings, mandalas. I'm not sure what that is.
It's like a pattern thing. You see, people get that.
Oh, okay. Symbols, music, and meditation. The icon used is the moon symbol.
Perfect.
Okay. So we have two ways. One of which is kind of makes sense because it's
so both of these are actual things. Well, not an actual thing.
I mean, they're like they are like there are
different names.
Yeah, there is some grain of truth to some of it.
Let me go get my psychology.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm back. But I think
Okay, let's see. So what was it that you were gonna try and find?
Okay, I found my book because I remember this because I just had a test on it not too long ago. It is an actual thing, but it's definitely not called the lunar and the solar path or whatever nonsense that is. It's really just like two different ways of thinking, and people can very, very broadly fall into them. Like you might be more towards the other than one, but
it's like
those personality.
Yeah,
real ones, fake ones.
Yeah, all those personalities, which is basically just like it's basically just astrology for like people who want to seem smart.
I
mean, I'm not wrong.
There are actual personality tests that are like what are the big six, which I forget what they are, but they're very broad, and you sort of like have more you fall more or less into them. Social psychology. I'm gonna find this. I know it'll take up way more time, but this is gonna bother me if I don't.
Well,
not in chapter 1, but in chapter 2.
See, this is why you have your books as
I'm actually looking through my
as PDFs. Oh, Smelly has awoken.
Yay!
So he might join in at some point.
Self.
Hold on, let me answer him. Why do you find that? Let's both be occupied with something else other than the stream.
We're not gonna I should read a thing.
That is perfect. Isn't this entertaining?
We could read. You could read. I could read. But I'm trying to read down here. Which is why it's not going so well. Is this okay, whenever possible, the material on this website will be presented from the stellar path. What? There's a third path? You said there was only two. I'm confuzzled.
You lied to me.
Briggs personality. Thank you. Briggs. See.
Yeah. Which is basically just astrology for people who want to sound smart.
No.
It kinda is.
That one's actually backed by.
That's not what I've heard.
Well, I'll look up Briggs personality test. I can only look up one thing at a time. Okay, sorry. Both the king and queen's viewpoints. The alchemists believe that perfection could only be achieved by working with both the solar and lunar ways of knowing and ultimately uniting them in a third state of solar consciousness and integrating the systems that Egyptian alchemy is called intelligence of the heart.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say they probably didn't call it that because they probably didn't exist.
I thought that, so I'm kind of annoyed because at first they said there was 2, now there's 3 paths, and I'm like, you all need to make up your minds.
Also, I don't see how like how solar, lunar, and you combine them, they become the stellar, because that means star, but one of them is already a star.
It's true.
That is very
I think they should have gone for like universal or something.
Yeah, they've gone like smaller. Maybe it's because they mean like it's the whole sky, kind of.
Maybe it's a I don't know. It might just be.
It's very wooey.
Yeah, I mean, which I'll be surprised.
I know, very surprised. This level of consciousness. Oh dear.
Intuitive. There we go. Intuitive.
And analytical, probably.
There we go. Automatic. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Automatic. Sorry. You have intuitive and I think it is analytical.
Yeah, because automatic and intuitive, it would kind of be the same.
Yeah, they're the same ones. So intuitive tends to be automatic thinking. You base your
go with your guts,
like intuition or your gut feelings, rather than actually taking in the data.
Which what you do? You do what's good to do if like you're in a situation where you can't wait. Mm-hmm. But the rest of the time you probably shouldn't. You should probably sit down and think.
Yeah. Explicit is the other one. There we go.
Oh.
Implicit and sorry, here we go. Implicit and explicit. Those are the terms.
Okay, yeah.
Implicit and explicit.
Aren't you glad we spent all that time figuring that out, audience?
Yeah. So, well, because like besides all the woo nonsense, the person up here isn't wrong-ish. Like they're wrong about like calling it solar and lunar and like it's attributed to all these things. Those are not.
Yeah, and the whole like left-right brain thing.
Yeah, but the fact that there are 2 ways, or at least 2 very, very broad ways of thinking.
Yeah, like it's possible. It's like it's not unheard of to divide them in this way.
Yeah, so you can do that. It's just it's not this alchemy lunar sense, which is I guess probably like part of why this stuff can be so appealing is that there is a grain of truth to it all.
Lunacy.
Ha!
I'm funny.
Ha ha ha.
This level of consciousness is embedded in this website. Wait, what? This level of consciousness is embedded in this website in a kind of spiritual hypertext. Wait, what is the website is magical?
I hope so.
That's what they're saying, right? That's what that means.
Yeah. Nope. They've inscribed some runes into this website, and now it's magic.
Oh,
and I'm okay with it.
From a wordless merging of the lunar and solar ways of working with the material, stellar consciousness is a unified state of incorruptible wisdom symbolized by the heroic philosopher's child that resulted from the marriage of the king and queen. That's generally called a prince or a princess. Also, how is that the philosopher's child if it's the child of a king and a... What? I'm very confused.
Okay. Me neither.
Other symbols includes Sophic, Mercury, gold, the philosopher's stone, the astral body, and of course the stars themselves. For in the ancient teaching of the alchemists, We are all embarked on a journey throughout the manifested planets. A journey home to the stars. We're aliens? I'm very confused. Like...
Okay. I'm constantly confused. Okay, sorry. I found the Myers-Briggs thing. It wasn't actually what I was thinking about, but it is. So you're right. It is pseudoscience. So the Myers-Briggs one is. It wasn't the one I was thinking about. The one that I was thinking about is the big 5 personality test. 5-factor model. That's the one I was thinking.
Oh, I no
so
idea.
It's slightly different, but it's personality test, but it has 5 components. It's also more on a spectrum, less on the weird Myers-Briggs thing that it does.
Where you just get weird letters?
Yeah, it doesn't do the weird letters thing. But yes, I had to look up the Myers-Briggs one because I get things.
That's fine.
But yeah, even according to Wikipedia, the Myers-Briggs test, personality test, is classified as pseudoscience.
Yeah, it's bollocks.
Yeah, so that one's a nonsense.
I thought so.
Yeah, that one is nonsense.
No, you made me doubt.
One that isn't nonsense.
You made me doubt. You made me doubt myself. Well, I'm sure. Like, I wasn't like doubting that you could do some kind of personality test. We have like personalities exist, so obviously you can categorize them in some way.
Yeah. So no, I was thinking of the big 5 personality type. There we go. Things clarified, I hope.
So, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I just saw Space Jews, so I hope so. Oh, quantum alchemy. Amazing.
We're clicking that. Oh, it's a bunch of books.
Oh, is this website going to be nothing but a bunch of books?
No, I did check that it isn't.
Okay. According to Spirit Science, there are space Jews, so we could be all from space. It's true.
No,
and,
no.
Native Americans are from Mars, right?
No. The Martian. No. Here how it goes. The Martians are from Mars. The Jews are from space and also traveled back in time. And Native Americans are aquatic because at the time that they would have existed, where Atlantis existed, the U.S., well, the whole of the Americas was on the water. That is how it works.
Good to know. How?
The quantum Tai Chi, the dance of mind over matter. This book uses quantum gauge theory. I'm gonna have to guess and say that's probably not a thing. To develop a theory of consciousness that encompasses the alchemy of the universe and explains synchronicity, fate, paranormal phenomena. Why is fate in capitalized? Spontaneous healing and self-realization. It's also from 96. Okay. Learning to swim in the quantum soup.
Amazing.
No mathematics necessary for this learning experience. See, I think it's pretty hard to teach someone quantum mechanics without...
This is the same thing that Quantum Eraser says all the time about how quantum physicists are always like, do the math, and how he thinks that's dumb because you don't need the math to understand it, which makes me think that he probably doesn't understand quantum mechanics more than anything.
This is just books.
It's all just books.
Oh, this is also just book. I know I found some...
Are you sure you checked this?
Yes, I did. I'm
starting to have my doubts. How much are their books?
I know I found, like,
Smelly says
He says words. I'm gonna add him.
Stellar Path, look at this. Explore the alchemist.
There we go.
Hello and welcome to Taking a Look At, the show where we have very low standards of production.
Yes.
And are potentially still streaming, but who knows? Because
no, we are.
Okay.
all I did was add Smelly to the call.
I got like hung up on and had to like re-accept the call.
Yes, because I started a new call.
Oh, okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Oh, that's sad. I was hoping for a day's worth of problems before I could actually start talking. I mean, I didn't sleep till 1 o'clock for nothing.
Slept till 1 o'clock.
Oh, dude, I had a very... It's been bad. Let's continue.
Okay. We love you and
Although
appreciate everything you do, Smelly.
Well, I did just buy a whole bunch of money worth playing cards. Hey, yo, let's move on.
Okay.
All right.
I found
Between me and
something.
you- Between me and you and a few other people, it's like $45.
Oh wow. It's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, buddy.
Oh yeah. If only.
Who still plays Yu-Gi-Oh? Magic the Gathering.
No, there's actually a kid that I work with that plays both.
Yeah. There's a whole
Do
story.
they
here,
still
don't you?
make Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they still make Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and as a matter of fact, if you look hard enough on Amazon, remember when us three were kids and they had that arm thing you could put on, like the bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like
No, they all had it. That was the like oh, what the fuck was it called? It was the thing where in order to play in like not the first tournament but like the second tournament where it was in the city, the one Kyber organized,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
where you could play anywhere. We didn't need to find like a you didn't need to find like a big thing that came out of the ground to play with holograms.
Why do I remember? I don't know. But for some reason,
Why do I remember that?
Why do I remember it as it only being the bad guy that did that? And why didn't I remember his name as being Kaiba until you said it?
Oh, Anime Night in the chat. This browser is I'm just using Chrome. I've just made an overlay. I'm fancy. Okay, I'm gonna go get another beer, and you can read what alchemy is. How about that? How about them apples?
All right.
They're fucking rotten. The goal of
Alchemy is-
alchemy. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Alchemy is a craft. The goal of alchemy was simply hasten perfection, inner and outer, the divination of matter and man. This idea is certainly not strange to any craftsman. When a man undertakes the creating something, wrote Paracelsus. Paracelsus.
I don't know.
He establishes a new heaven, as it were, and from it, the work that he desires to create flows into him. In order that it may be expressed, that men may resound, the word must be made flesh. Immortality must be incarnated outwardly in gold and inwardly in development of subtle body with body within this ordinary body. What? The glorious body or diamond body of Oriental tradition, the spiritual body of the Christian. Okay, well that was a lot of things that I didn't understand.
That was a lot of words in seemingly random order.
And from it, the work he desires to create flows into him. Let's hope he's not making spike dildos.
Hey, don't kink shame.
Hey, I'm not kink shaming. I'm just saying. You know, that's a bad. If you're not expecting it, that's a bad way to start your day.
It's true. Always ask permission.
Yes, especially with spike dildos.
You must have consent to destroy someone's asshole.
I mean, you do.
I mean, you do, yes.
The cops come. What the hell happened here? She gave you permission. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh god, I just realized somewhere out there is like a serious lawsuit, an actual court case where someone was sexually assaulted in like a weird way because the person who did it had like a weird fetish. So all the like everyone just has to try and keep a straight face during the whole court case.
No.
Girl, I want to suck your toes. Pulls out a shop vac.
Is that sexual assault? I'm not sure.
I have
Like,
no idea.
Is it still sexual assault? Isn't that just normal assault?
And at this point, it would be assault with a deadly weapon.
Does it become sexual assault because, like, someone is gaining sexual pleasure from it? Like,
Nah,
is it the actual actions or the motivation?
It became sexual assault the second he got a hard on.
Yeah, that works.
The second he got sexual gratification from it, it became sexual assault. Alright, I guess I'm gonna be forced to read this next one. Alright.
We did ask for your consent first.
Oh my god. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel so safe here.
Remember the safe word. There is no safe word. There is no safe word. Only Zool.
There is only Zool. Alright, so this becoming is what alchemy is about. I thought alchemy was about transmuting shit into gold.
Apparently, it's more than that.
I thought it was about turning garbage into gold.
Well, lead was actually pretty, like useful. It still is.
But it kind of just led to chemistry. That's all it really did.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was the basis for chemistry.
Its process can be, its process can also be expressed by the traditional formulas of initiation. I almost said intonation. The suffering, death, and resurrection of the god or the neophyte, represented by the substance in the crucible or by the material. I'm so lost. Of the craftsman, the symbolic formula for transformation. What? Whether raw material, base material, divine or human spirit, there must be the suffering of what? The suffering of purification and separation.
And I thought the show 2 weeks ago was the word salad.
Oh my god, I don't know what is going on in this
really bad. Where
paragraph.
it's like it's hard to even understand
What the fuck they're trying to say?
Yeah, like
I'm not being
it's real bad
hyperbolic.
word salad.
Yeah, there's no hyperbole here. I really have no idea what they're trying to say.
No, like
The patience, and they mean that as in like being patient, like waiting for
yeah.
that is the quality more the patience, that is the quality
More
That's a
vital
bad way
to
to
the craftsman is.
that's a bad
That's
way
not
to
a sentence.
No, it's not. They should have just said patience.
Oh no! It's because they have their comma in the wrong place.
Vital to the craftsman in the final analysis. Okay, well, secondary thoughts can be separated by commas.
Well, no, but they should have a comma. Like they're starting a new sentence with to the craftsman. There needs to be some kind of something to indicate that that's not part of that sentence.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
We have no idea what's going on, so we just haggling on the grammar.
True.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. If we can't figure out anything else to scrutinize, we might as well. Where was I? The more vital to the craftsman is, in the final analysis, no other than this suffering. Oh, no other than this suffering, as it applies to the process of creation, operating in and upon the artisan himself.
Are you thoroughly confused now?
Why'd they use upon? It's a strange way to say on yourself, like
Upon oneself, because it sounds fancy.
It does.
I bet they used the royal we too, just to be fucking confusing assholes.
Maybe they're royal.
I mean, maybe they follow the solar path and they are the king.
I mean, if you're like the Queen of England, you have way too much free time. Like
Yeah,
she almost does nothing. She has to maybe she wrote this.
Does she even have a job?
Well, yeah, she's being the queen. That's her job. That's what she gets paid for.
She gets paid?
Yeah, dude.
Well, yeah. Wait, Where do you think all her like fancy? She lives in a fucking palace and has like.
Where do you think all those ugly hats come from?
Yeah. She gets like an allowance basically.
What?
The queen
I'm
wears the
distraught
ugliest.
by,
fucking
okay,
hats
I
I've
am still
ever
distraught
seen.
by the fact that we have a queen. Or not we, because I don't, because fuck that nonsense.
None of us. Well, I have a queen, but not that queen.
Yeah. I mean,
And
to
it's
be
not.
fair, you're
It's
right.
not one of those yes queens. It's like a real queen.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm surprised that such a thing still exists in modernity.
Here's a fun fact: because the Danish monarchy is older than the British, when the Danish queen and the British queen meet, the British queen has to bow to the Danish.
Ah,
That is the most amazing thing, and I'm not kidding. That is beautiful.
that is fantastic.
Well, I feel like in modern days it would be real easy to do away with the whole monarchy thing, but I feel like at this point, any country that retains any sort of monarchy, it's basically just a rack to hang the country's problems on. You know,
I could see that.
and it gives people a person to point at and be like, that's the bad guy, or that's the good guy, and well, Parliament just fucks everything up anyway.
Politics with taking a look at. Talking about the government systems of other countries.
Hold on. Other countries to you, I live in it.
That's true.
Today we'll be talking to a foreigner about how terrible his government is. Excuse me, foreigner, could you talk?
Okay.
Excuse me, foreigner, talk.
You have no.
Okay, you can stop talking now.
You have no place to call my government terrible when you're from the fucking US.
Whoa.
That's
Excuse me.
legitimately good point.
Excuse me, King Trump is the best. He's not a president, he's a king.
He created the sun and gave you Christmas back. Like what?
Oh my god.
Can we say Merry Christmas again this year?
Yes.
I'm really excited. for that guy.
Trump gave us Christmas back. He also created the sun and invented rainbows.
I hear he's gonna build a wall between Mexico and Colorado.
Yeah.
Please make me part of Mexico. I would laugh so fucking hard.
Wait, that wouldn't. Wait, in what world would building a wall between Mexico and Colorado cut off Texas?
Because between Mexico and Colorado is the state Texas and Oklahoma. So building a wall between
True.
Colorado and Mexico would
You could, but
inexorably
you might as well at that point.
separate us from the rest of the United States.
Well, I also get depends on if you go by the state lines or you just like build like the wall like go straight up from Mexico.
See.
Also, you hit Colorado and then just build. Maybe it's just like a single wall that goes like straight from Mexico and straight through, like up through Texas and to.
Well, Colorado would be the easiest state to build a gate around because all of its sides are straight edges.
True. You just make the
Well, yeah.
490-degree turns and you're there. You're done.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we were going to wall off any state from the rest of the United States, it should definitely be Delaware because fuck those guys.
I would at this
I
point
mean,
even
Delaware
Colorado.
wouldn't it just be easier to just dig a ditch and like push them off into the Atlantic Ocean?
Actually, I feel like we're being too unfair to Delaware because Florida is 10 times worse.
Wait, you wanna make the U.S. a eunuch?
Well, I mean, shit, when you hear the craziest shit that happens anywhere in the United States, people here just assume that it happened in Florida.
That's true.
Or in Washington, D.C.
It's not a state.
No?
That's also true. It's not a state.
It's a government territory. We fuck them over just like we do Puerto Rico.
True. Yeah, living in DC, you're not actually a state.
Nope.
But it's funny, they have a fucking baseball team. I don't understand that. Yo, Walgreens is gonna destroy the Astros.
That confuses me every goddamn time. Fucking Walgreens thing.
Yeah, dude, I noticed when they changed their fucking logo that it was the Walgreens W, but nobody.
Why?
Wait, isn't
Like-
Walgreens like a shop, like a chain?
Yeah.
It's like a
pharmacy
drugstore.
that sells everything.
Yeah,
It doesn't just pharmacy, but it
I
does
buy
other
playing
things.
cards there.
Also,
Oh, yeah, that's where you
where-
buy your Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
where is Washington AC?
Wait, well, where's Washington? What?
AC. If you have DC, you also have AC.
Oh,
Bottom bush.
that's indeed. Okay, we should probably continue reading.
Should
I
we?
almost said readering. Fuck me.
Readering and discussion.
And as the alchemical substance is punished,
Ooh,
what
punish
the
me.
Fuck. Consent's coming into this one, baby.
Kinky
So is the
alchemy.
Ooh, the craftsman's been a naughty little boy because he's
Alchemy after dark.
new from HBO, Alchemy After Dark.
I was gonna say new from Brazers, but you
Transmutation circles full of panties.
know.
Today we're gonna use a transportation circle to turn this couple's sexual problems into an orgasm.
Oh no. We still gotta get a layout for thumbnails. It's just like the Pornhub window, and then we just put in our own title.
Wait, that's... So is the craftsman's material. Oh, his material. The craftsman's material's been a naughty little boy.
Ah.
Clay is pounded, flax beaten, wood teased. Who teased? Oh, okay, never mind. I know what they mean. Carded and twisted. Why would they? What?
This gives Pinocchio a whole new meaning.
No. I'm confused on the whole wood twisting. Who the fuck wood?
Twist.
One man loves a woman.
Well. I mean, some people might be into getting that wood twisted.
It's like that fucking video. Twist his dick. Grab his dick and twist it. The old dick twist. You
I
haven't
have
seen
no
that?
idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking find it.
No, it sounds weird.
No, it's just it's two guys in the audience at an MMA fight, and this one dude is incredibly intoxicated, and he just stands up and he's like, "Twist his dick, grab his dick and twist it."
Wait, I thought like one of the few rules in MMA was that you can't like go for the genitals.
Oh well, you can't, but the guy's drunk.
Oh, okay.
All right, I found it.
Audience members.
I fucking found it. I'm gonna send it to you guys on Discord because you gotta fucking see this.
Put it in the chat.
This is classic quintessential drunk American at a sporting event.
As a drunk American who's been kicked out of a sporting event, I can probably.
Wait.
As a person who doesn't drink.
Hold on. That requires an explanation.
No, it doesn't.
You can't just say that and not expect to tell this.
I have lots of stories.
Any
I could
sentence
be
that's
here all day with all the stories of my drunkenness. I've been kicked off of airplanes, and I've been chased by cops.
Well, okay. I mean, that's just a given in the U.S.
It's true. I am brown.
and you're of Hispanic descent, which means
Not
cats
just
are naturally
not just
African.
descent. He is Hispanic. He's Mexican.
I'm not a real American. I'm one of those fake Americans.
Yeah.
I'm one of those ones that paid for his social security number.
Remember, R&D can't become president.
It's true.
Because he's
That's the
Burger
only thing
Cooker.
stopping me.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay, let me finish this stupid ass sentence. The substance, whether material or human, must change its character. What the fuck are you talking?
Oh, I think I know what they mean. They're making a metaphor that they're making a metaphor. They're making a metaphor that just like being just how like you work on and change and like change materials to make things like a craftsman does to like change you as a person. You also need to work on yourself.
Man, all the Pornhub titles are right here.
They really are.
Yeah.
It must the elements in order to be reformed into something other. It must die in order to be reborn. Yeah, I don't.
So you don't kill wood. Well, I guess technically you do kill wood to make something.
Well, I just reread the sentence and realized that it says wool. So I'm a dummy.
Oh,
Super stupid.
Okay, that. Well, you still don't twist it. You spin it.
Yeah, I don't understand why you twist wool.
Well, you spin wool.
Yeah, you spin where you like to make.
Kind of like twisting. Just
Well, I
not...
guess you are kind of twisting.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see. We the pastors in the chat says wool isn't twisted, it's spun. So yeah, and she actually has like training in making fibers and textiles.
Well, thank you very much, because twisting wool just sounds like somebody going out there with some shears.
And not a band name.
Twisting wool.
Twisted wool. And
It's the most soft and cuddliest metal band.
Well, there's a
they sing children's songs as metal songs.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Well, have y'all
that has to exist.
Please tell me you've heard the inverse of that, where they take like brutal death metal and black metal songs and then they play them in like a Radio Disney style.
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
I've seen it done with like jazz, like they jazz up like a metal song, which is also...
Well, they did Demigod by oh my god, the name of the band just escaped. It doesn't matter. It's some black metal band I don't listen to. All right, we should finish. We should continue reading.
I guess.
This is a long paragraph. I feel sorry for whoever's not me.
Well, I'm probably gonna divide it up in half or something like that.
Oh, bastard.
Oh god, we've been doing this for an hour.
Well, the only problem is that this is where the next all of this. There's no here from here on out. There's nowhere that's the next period.
All right, let's do this.
So it's probably like this.
Is that what we're reading?
Yes. What's being highlighted right now is what's being read.
Okay. And here we come to the central tenet of alchemy. It's chief absurdity.
Well, I'm glad they agree.
I guess I think alchemy is a chief absurdity, but okay. Proof, some would say, that it is that in its operational sense, at least, it was all superstition and quackery. Are you
debunking yourself?
I'm now confuzzled. The idea that matter is alive. Okay, what? Okay, what?
Well, yes.
Okay. Sorry, I had to drink some beer. Yet strangely enough, this is something that all craftsmen know to be true.
No. No.
This makes me feel real bad about playing Minecraft and digging
the dirt is alive.
Digging quarries and stuff. Like, God, vein mining now feels horrible. Takes vein mining a whole different meaning now.
That noise you hear when you drive your pick into the ground on Minecraft, that's the sound of dying stuff.
The earth is screaming.
creepers are a reminder that the earth is after you.
God, don't give. They would say that.
Of course they will.
Okay. They know that their material has life of its own, a history, a character, needs, and possibilities, unlike any other. Okay, metaphorically.
Kind of, I can kind of see it. Like you,
Yeah,
like
strictly as a metaphor. Strictly like.
I understand what they mean by that.
Yeah, like it has a history, a character, needs, possibility. Metaphorically, if you want to say that, that's what it means.
Yeah,
to be alive.
like the idea that like. Not idea, but like the saying that like when you carve a statue out of marble, like the statue was there all along. Like you kind of follow along with the material. Yeah. Same with like diamonds is another good example where you kind of have to work with what you get.
Yeah, and I know a lot of craftsmen do sort of talk like that.
Yeah,
but again, that's like metaphor.
I think I think the vast majority of them don't actually think that. Like, take that literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was this dude that I used to know that used to make doors, and he would say things like, the wood was really on my side today after he'd stain. He'd be like, the wood really had my back. And what he meant by that was he didn't have to sand 80 times, and the one layer of stain that he put down set.
Yeah,
he never really means it.
Yeah.
So was that the whole thing?
No.
Oh God.
No.
Continue.
They know that they must feel and understand this life so that a relationship can appear between it and their own.
Okay. They accept a pattern for their work that is not theirs when it comes to them, as it were, from above. But their work is not merely to obey and to imitate, not even only to speed the process of nature, but to bring something peculiar. Sorry. To bring something peculiar their own. That still doesn't make any sense. Some element of themselves to unite with the other living entity. The material between their hands. Okay, again, as a metaphor, sure, but there's no reason to put it in this convoluted terms.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's be fair. Let's be kind of fair for a second. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for 2 moments.
Someone needs to make either a song or a play called Devil's Advocate so you can actually play it.
So we can just play it whenever these events arise. To be fair, if in this instance we are going to talk about wood does come from something that was living. A tree, by any measure of life except sentience, is alive. I mean, it is a living thing.
But I mean, you're not communicating with the fucking piece of wood.
Exactly. But the second you sever it from its roots and you dry it out, and the wood becomes, to whatever degree a craftsman would call it pliable, that tree is dead. It's no longer living. It is very much so.
It is an X tree.
Yeah. I am wood, formerly tree.
I was making a bunch of Python reference.
Well, I was making a Prince reference.
Oh.
He's the artist formerly known as Tree.
Okay, now I get it.
I just did. I was hoping that the way that I described it would be enough, but it wasn't. I assume too much, so I'm just gonna read. Otherwise, the relation does not exist. The material isn't dead. It is. That's true. The material is dead. And they themselves no more than copyists?
Oh, I think they're talking about the difference between working something and being an artist and just replicating it.
That's a bad way of putting it.
Yeah, it is.
The website is a bad way of.
Yeah, the gold of the
Now,
alchemist.
okay, we I think we now have the secondary title, a bad way of putting it edition.
This next sentence is gold itself, because the gold of the alchemist was not the same as natural gold. Yeah, no, it was. It was. They were trying to make literal gold.
Yeah.
Einstein died, or not Einstein, excuse me.
Newton.
Fucking Newton died because he swallowed a bunch of lead and then was like, I'm gonna turn this into gold, and it killed him. The craftsman added something even of the noblest of metals by his active relation with it. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are metals noble?
Well, noble metals are gold and platinum and silver and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
Like,
that's not the part. That's not the part that
Or
confuses
just
me.
like no, those are gases.
No, there are both noble gases and noble noble metals.
Did not know that.
Yeah, that's not the part that confused me. It's the active relation with it. It's the craftsman added something even to the noblest of metals by his active relation. What is he adding to a metal by
you
being
make
in direct contact with it?
Well, you make a golden cock ring.
And then all the sweat will get on it
Yeah.
when he uses it on himself.
Sounds
Don't
like
ask
it.
me how he's going to, but he
I
is.
like that it was sweat that you went with.
I was gonna go with the other thing, but I figured I might.
Why are you censoring yourself?
I don't know.
It's not that we're worrying about monetization.
True.
I love that picture below the alchemy.
It's very fun.
Now that kind of that kind of reminds me of something you would see on Monty Python before a giant foot crushed them both.
Yeah. Well, I like the fact that like what I'm assuming is the woman. I think she looks female-ish. Or is this
Yeah,
me?
she just has those slamming six pack, bro.
So she's pointing at what appears to be some kind of chicken, and just like it looks like she's just saying, "Whoa, that's a nice chicken."
Whoa, Jeff! Stop! Don't step on your cock now. Are they supposed to be the sun? Is that what I'm seeing?
I think they're supposed to be sun and the
yeah.
moon.
Yeah, it's the sun and the moon. The father is the sun and the mother is the moon.
And the chicken is the earth. I don't know.
All of that
I
makes
have no clue.
It
Anyway,
aren't
your
the
turn to read.
yeah.
my turn.
Yes.
Okay. The craftsman, as well as so I had to like prepare my body.
Yeah, you had to psych yourself up for that. Huh?
Your brain anus needs to be ready. Also known as your brainus.
My brain is. I want a shirt that says that. Brainus.
Hashtag brainus.
The craftsman, as well as the alchemist, knows that this is the center task of, is the creation of himself, and is above all for him that he strives with endless patience. As it is said in the Emerald Tablet of Trismegistus, separating the subtle from the gross, softly and with great care, to make what his hands touch turn to gold. God, these sentences are awful.
I'm starting to, have you ever been talking to one of your friends that like has tripped on acid or taken mushrooms recently?
No.
I mean, I have been that friend.
Well, yeah, me too. But I was hoping that one of us have ever talked to somebody who was going on unendingly about stupid shit. Because this website kind of gives me that
Yeah, it has
that feel that I get whenever I listen to people try to explain their trips.
Yeah, it has this weird, like, somewhere between spirit science and someone who has been high on mushrooms.
Yeah, well, everybody at Spirit Science gets high on mushrooms.
Well, no. That's ayahuasca. They get high on. He admits that in one of the his newer videos. His flat Earth one. He basically says, I went out to find, in order to find some way to like have both the Earth both be round and flat at the same time. I went out and took plant medicine. And it's
the Earth. Something cannot both simultaneously be flat and round.
It's Jordan.
That's geometrically and fundamentally impossible.
It's Jordan.
Yeah, I know, which is why it doesn't entirely surprise me that somebody said that, especially him. Oh my god. Alright. Somebody's gonna have to read because I need to go use the bathroom.
Okay. Then I'm gonna read. Alchemy is a science.
I mean, if you call it chemistry, I'll okay.
That's all I have to say. Alchemy is a science of soul. Okay? There's a Spandau Ballet joke in here somewhere. That results from an understanding of God, nature, and man. A perfect knowledge of any one of them cannot be obtained without the knowledge of the other two, for these three are one and inseparable. Alchemy is not merely an intellectual, but a spiritual science. Because that which belongs to the spirit can only be spiritually known. Nevertheless, it is also a science dealing with material things, for spirit and matter are only two opposite manifestations or poles of the Eternal One.
That makes no goddamn sense.
Deep. So deep.
No goddamn sense whatsoever.
No, it didn't.
Like, again, as that friend who has been high and on all the drugs. Before,
I think when we've reached the point where he's still high.
Like, God, I think that is that is so much no right there. No. Just.
Like I feel like reading this is some kind of like drug in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like if you read this enough over and over, you will become high.
I could see that. Totally see that. Alright, my turn. Yes. Alchemy, in its more material aspect, teaches how materials, metals, plants, animals, and men...
Oh, minerals.
Minerals.
How minerals.
How minerals and metals. May be generated or made to grow from their seeds. In other words, how that generation, which is accomplished during long periods of time in due course of the action of evolution and natural law, may be accomplished in a comparatively short time. If these natural laws are guided and supplied with the proper material by the spiritual knowledge of man.
Okay, if you wait a long time, you don't get more metal. Like, what?
I just confuzzled.
Yeah. There's no doubt that gold can't be made to grow by alchemical means. I'm gonna say there's a certain amount of doubt.
I am very doubtful of this claim, Mr. Person on the internet.
Me too. For it requires an alchemist to make the experiment succeed.
This reminds me of those like free energy
you're doing it.
Videos,
no, the reason it doesn't work for you is because you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. It's not that I'm wrong. You're doing it wrong.
And
That's
he who is attracted by the material power of gold will not obtain possession of the spiritual power necessary to practice the art. Oh, so if you create gold to become rich, it won't work. You can only create they can only create the gold if you're like you're just doing it for shits and giggles. I guess.
This is like so sets it up for like not a true Christian. I guess not a true Scotsman is the real fallacy, but it's just like you weren't really an alchemist. That's why it didn't work for you.
Yeah. You didn't pray hard enough.
Yeah.
Or the same with like diets and like woo diets or like detoxification or like natural cures. No,
or Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah, you did it wrong.
Yeah. Like it's not the system that's wrong, it's you who's wrong.
Yeah.
I hate Alcoholics. Fuck them.
They tried to make R&D stop drinking.
They did. Fuck the assholes. Also, I mean they're terrible, but also that.
Yeah, but the other one is the joke is funnier.
It is.
Indicting your character is much more fun than telling the truth. And I think it's. Is it? Wait, whose turn is?
I just read, so it's your turn.
Okay.
I mean, it's Smelly's turn.
Well, it is therefore a great mistake to confuse alchemy with chemistry, but that I will agree on. Modern chemistry is an artificial science. No, it's a natural. Like what? Wait, what is like artificial?
Why is it artificial?
It's a natural science. What would it even mean to have an artificial science? Science, by definition, deals with the natural world. That deals only with external forms. Wait, what? With the external forms in which the elements of matter are manifesting themselves. You mean like the things that actually exist? It never. Wait. Okay. What the fuck? It never produces anything truly new through creation. Yes, it does. Like you can totally make substances that has never been seen before. Like all the like. I mean, for fuck's sake, all the artificial. I mean, there's more physics, but all the like artificial elements that can't possibly exist out in nature because they have a half-life of like a billionth of a second.
Einsteinium. Is that one of them? That's one of them, isn't it?
I think it's one of like some of the higher ones.
Yeah, Californium, Einsteinium.
I think it's basically anything above like uranium or plutonium are artificially created, and you also have technetium, which is a lot lower. I'm sure someone.
This would be the perfect moment for our asshole chemist friend to be here.
Sure,
yeah, but he apparently couldn't be here.
He had German stuff to do. You know, rallies, speeches, genocide, the general stuff.
I mean, he's fat and he speaks German. All he needs at this point is some planes to command.
All he needs is a few swaths of black and red ribbon, and he could start a revolution.
No, I was making a Hermann Göring Luftwaffe joke.
And I was making a general Nazi.
I think there's another German in the chat who might take offense to all this.
Hopefully, this person isn't listening to us for the first time, and he's
No.
not clearly joking.
He's not. He regularly watches my show where I make fun of Germany.
I'm just hoping he got my joke.
Look, I have German family, and we make fun of them all the time.
Let's see. We may mix and compound and decompose chemical bodies an unlimited number of times and cause them to, or not an unlimited, at some point you're gonna run out of energy. and cause them to appear in various different forms. But at the end, we will have no augmentation. No augmentation of the underlying substances, nor anything more than the recombination of the substances that have been employed at the beginning. So basically, because chemistry isn't alchemy. I mean, I guess they are kind of supporting the point that alchemy and chemistry are not the same thing, because chemistry isn't alchemy, because alchemy isn't a thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're arguing a point that doesn't have. They're arguing a facile point. You know, maybe not a facile point. They're trying to argue for something ridiculous in a realistic sort of in realistic trapping. And
yes,
that never works out. So I guess it's my turn to read because I decided to take forever getting water and peeing.
Yes.
All right.
Please tell me those two things were separate.
I hope they were the same.
No, I went and got me a water bottle and I emptied out all the delicious water, the life-saving water, and then I peed up in it. Now I'm guzzling a cup of myself. Here we go.
Recycling is important these days.
What do you think, Tim Pool?
The clear and distinct taste of urea isn't disgusting at all.
Wait. Does Tim Pool drink his own urine?
Am I thinking of someone else?
Who's Tim Pool?
I thought
he's like a right-wing grifter. But
maybe I got the wrong name.
No, I think you're thinking.
No, it's not Tim Pool.
No, it's some politician.
Tim Cook.
You're thinking of some politician who was recently where there was a video of him drinking his own piss.
It's one of Joe Rogan's friends who drinks pee.
Oh, please tell me that it's fucking Eddie Bravo.
Probably Eddie Bravo. Oh, probably Eddie Bravo. That's probably
I fucking hate that guy so much. I dislike him to a crazy degree.
Where the fuck? How the fuck did we end up here?
I don't know. Eddie Bravo's an MMA fighter who believes literally every stupid thing you could think of.
I mean, that's what happens when you probably have some kind of brain damage from getting hit in the head that much.
Oh yeah, when you get the shit beaten out of you all the time.
Yeah, I think it might be Eddie
Bravo. Also, he's called Eddie Bravo.
I mean, when your parents name you Eddie Bravo, you have two life choices. You're either
when your parents name you after a Cartoon Network character. Someone got it.
Yeah, no, I laughed. I had to mute myself though because I sneezed also.
That's how funny I am.
Wait, what did Johnny Bravo always say? Mama?
Yeah. I don't know because I obviously watched it in Danish, not in English.
Yeah, he said something more like,
I can't even think of Johnny Bravo.
Yep, yeah.
We know.
Same difference.
I thought you were talking about Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
No!
Who the fuck on Ed, Ed, and Eddie was named Bravo?
Named Eddie?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was making the big kind of dumb strong guy.
I went the other way. I went with the idiot.
I
think Eddie's the schemy one.
There's Ed.
Ed's the big fat big guy.
Yes.
Ed is the short fat one. Double D is the skinny smart one, and Eddie is the idiot.
Idiot with the unibrow.
Yeah. And then you had Johnny, who had Plank.
Plank is the best character.
Plank is the best.
Plank is the shit.
No,
actually, I like Jimmy and that chick that he's always with, the mean sister, Ed's mean sister.
Double D sister?
Yeah.
Is Double D sister? No. Someone's sister.
I think it's Eddie's sister.
Yeah, it's Eddie's sister.
One of their sisters, yes.
We have not discussed this website very much.
No.
We have actually gone on surprisingly through a few tangents.
Have you tried reading this website?
Okay, has anyone looked down at that sentence underneath the picture of the dolphins?
Which aren't dolphins, but tuna.
Are they?
That's not it's definitely not a fish.
Well, I'll tell you this: the picture is kind of blurred on my end.
Well,
so
it's blurred on my end as well.
the
But
fact that I could tell that it was even aquatic life at all should be a point in my book.
Let's see. Oh, it's some wallpaper. No, I wanted the actual.
Ew, it's wallpaper.
I think it's supposed to be. It doesn't actually say what's on them.
Yo, Ableton Live, bro.
Anyways, it looks very much like it's some kind of fish.
Well, the sentence underneath it says evolution is an alchemical process.
Well,
Nice.
if someone reads this, that will get into that.
Oh my god. Okay, so alchemy does not mix or compound anything. Of course they don't. It causes that which already pre-exists in a latent state to become active and grow.
Wait, so gold, so lead already has like a latent state of being gold?
It's fucking stupid. Alchemy is therefore more comparable to biology than to chemistry. What? Yeah. Exactly. That was the distinct sound of the hand hitting the table.
I love how audible that was.
Yeah,
Well, the reason it's audible is because the microphone stand is connected to the table.
And in fact, the growth of a tree is a plant.
Yeah.
You just
Oran animal. I'm not sure what an oran is.
Oren is a character from Parks and Recreation that creeps everybody out.
Oh, I love Oren. He's so great.
Yeah, me too. It's a human zoo. Sorry, that's from one of the episodes. Anyway, or the evolution of whole species are alchemical processes going on in the laboratory of nature and performed by the great alchemists. The power of the divine mind acting in nature. What the fuck?
Someone really doesn't understand biology.
No, they really, really fucking don't.
Yeah, it's a yellowtail tuna according to crypto. Ah. Hold on,
Well, thank you.
let's look that up and see if he's right.
Okay,
I need to know what the fish is. Yes, that isn't. I think you're right. Doesn't that look kind of the same? Yeah, that's close enough. It's a tuna.
look, I'm gonna give him credit at all for watching us and bearing with us.
Oh, sorry. My mistake. He says, my mistake. Yellowtail snapper. Let's see if it's that fish.
God, aren't we supposed to be fact checking a website, not some?
We are. We're making sure.
Yes. Look, that's definitely the same.
That is exactly the fish that it is, though. That's a good call.
Good job.
Nice work.
Go internets.
It's apparently also an art.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I've never
Alchemy
been
is also an
happier.
art. And as every art requires an art. Oh no, we're doing intelligent design.
I think we might be, yeah.
Oh no. Okay. As every art requires an artist to exercise it, likewise, this divine science and art can be practiced only by those who are in possession of the divine power necessary for that purpose.
Oh my god.
It is true that the external manipulations required for the production of certain alchemical preparations may, like an ordinary chemical process, be taught to anybody capable of reasoning. However, the results that such a person would accomplish would be without life, for only he in whom the true life has awakened can awaken it from the sleep in matter and cause visible forms to grow from the primordial chaos of nature.
Okay, so what you're saying here is that you can't use a spell that is above your spell level.
Until you have enough experience points.
Sounds about right.
Oh my god, Alchemy has a level up system. Fucking hell.
I would create I would turn this lead into gold, but I'm out of spell slots.
My inventory's full.
No, you're overburdened.
No, or as Fallout likes to say, you're over encumbered.
Fuck you, Fallout.
You shouldn't fuck Fallout. That's how you get it's like radiation poisoning, but it's an STD.
But seriously, it would be hilarious if in real life you're just running along, you pick up like a water bottle, and all of a sudden your inventory's full and you're walking. Ooh.
It's like, oh, I can't move.
That last paperclip did it all.
One of my favorite things from the Fallout 76 Fallout, it's so great that that's how I had to say that sentence, is the whole bobby pins fiasco. Sending a box of bobby pins to the head of Bethesda and telling him to weigh them. Has got to be one of the best things I've ever heard. It's better than what happened with the Fallout liquor and with the canvas bag. Fuck you. If you're spending $200 for a fucking video game to get a bag, you're stupid.
You are.
Especially Fallout. You bought a Bethesda game and expected people to... You expected not to get screwed?
Hold on. When you say Bethesda game, do you mean Bethesda as the developer or just the publisher? Because there is a difference.
Okay, let's say fuck Todd Howard. Let's be specific about it.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Speaking about that.
Because otherwise I would have to defend Bethesda, because they did technically publish Doom 2016.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Whenever you give them credit for publishing IP that they didn't create themselves, I feel like that's not really
I mean, the only IP they created themselves was Elder Scrolls.
We covered this last
time. Yeah, we did!
Welcome to Take a Look at where we have the same conversation week after week.
We just forget.
Fuck Cinemax.
Oh yeah, as Scripture points out, there was also the Fallout helmets that were actually toxic.
Oh yeah, the fucking the battle armor edition, the helmet that people got.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic.
Yeah, it can make you sick.
Really? That's hilarious. I did not know.
And also kind of ironic.
That is really funny.
Well, it's also kind of funny that the fucking Pip-Boy that god damn it, the thing they wear on their arm.
Yeah.
The Pip-Boy.
Yeah, the one that they sent you for Fallout 4, that thing was incredibly unfucking comfortable to wear.
Well, that's because it would be a pretty uncomfortable in real life. It's a big, heavy thing.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, you would assume that would be an item that would be highly sought after by the cosplay, correct?
No, they make them themselves, and they look so much better.
Oh. And they're probably more comfortable.
Yes.
And good on them, because the one that came with my Fallout 4, I just sold it to somebody. I couldn't see the purpose in having.
Yeah, and the idea was that like you would download an app and put it into your phone and put the phone into that, and then use that instead of just looking at the screen and using the fucking menu.
That's cumbersome as shit. No.
That doesn't add to the immersion. That takes you out of the immersion because you now have to look at your own arm.
And then you get a text message and you remember you're a 30-year-old man that has a piece of plastic on his arm with his phone suspended in it, all from a fucking video game.
And then you cry yourself to sleep.
And then that night you masturbate yourself with sand and cry.
While still wearing a Pip-Boy.
you put porn up when you're Pip-Boy.
I dressed up as Piper and put on my Pip-Boy and then jacked myself to sleep.
And you buy like you find like some kind of filter to put over the. No, you specifically go and find like 50s porn.
50?
Just to keeping it.
50s porn is just two people making love and then a man telling a woman to clean the house.
I mean, if it's bad 50s porn.
I mean, come on, the 50s wasn't the most ideal time to be a woman in America.
No, but I guarantee
a black person.
But I guarantee you there's actual porn from that time period, because porn has already existed.
There's porn from since the moment that we could draw on walls.
Yeah, the first cave painting was probably porn.
Well, shit, one of the first moving pictures was a flapper girl.
As well as it should be.
You know, they had that, I keep wanting to call it an oscilloscope, but I know that that's not right, because that is not even closely related to, but... God,
the thing that flips like it goes between images really quickly.
Is that the thing that they did Google did a doodle of like 2 weeks ago?
No idea.
Yeah, it's the thing where you put your eye into the viewfinder and turn the crank on the side of the box.
Yeah, and it like spins around.
It's a carousel on the inside.
Yeah, and there's a little there's a slit, so you only see one of the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Google did a thing on it like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
A doodle on it. It was a horse. I think it was a horse.
Well, there's one.
If you covered up the it was just like spinning in a circle, and if you covered up most of it, but like a little of it.
Well, yeah, there's a famous wall painting or whatever of the horse in different frames that is actually taken from the first moving picture.
Yeah, and the reason they made that thing was just like essentially to settle a bet on whether or not during galloping. Whether there was a point where all four hooves left the ground, which then since became the definition of a gallop.
Is removing all 4 feet from...
the same way that running, like the definition of a person running is that at some point both of their feet are off the ground.
That's actually pretty interesting because I'd never thought about that.
That's like if you ever watch like speed walking, like where they
they have to have 1 foot touching
where it's weird because they could use technology to like make sure that people always had a foot on the ground, but instead like the rule isn't that you can't have it. The rule is more that you can't get you can't be found out that you're doing it, because the people they have to look for it to make sure you don't. They have to like stay within like a square of a certain size and like look at it. So you have to avoid them seeing it, the referees. But like but if you do it without if you do technically run but no one sees it, it's technically allowed by the rules. Speed walking is really fucking weird.
Here's what you do to ensure that speedwalkers are constantly being honest. You strap some C4 to the small of their back, and then dead man switches to their feet, so that there constantly needs to be a trigger push.
Reminds me, I was like Adam. I was at like a double 60th birthday of some family, where we were staying at like a
called 120th birthday.
Well, okay, fair enough. But we were staying, it was being held at this place where where there were also a few rooms. It was this bed and breakfast thing that also had a big thing. And my dad went, and I slept in the same room with my dad. And
Aww.
and he went to bed before me. And when I came in and went to bed, he hadn't gone to sleep. Instead, he was sitting, and for some fucking reason, what he was watching was speedwalking from Japan on a Swedish television channel.
Nice.
I have no idea why the fuck he decided to do that, but he did.
Speedwalking is fascinating. Like, I watched it in the Olympics the last time. It's fascinating.
Yes, it is.
How old is your father?
Like 56.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was gonna make a joke about him still being slightly youthful and watching something only somebody that's elderly would watch.
No, he's just watching it because he's weird.
Your dad sounds like an awesome guy.
He is.
That's awesome.
Should we read? I mean, I don't want to, but
Whose turn is it?
Okay, I'll read. I'll read just to circumvent the whole conversation about who should read. Alchemy in its highest aspects deals with the spiritual regeneration of man and teaches how a god may be made out of a human being.
Ascension.
Right. Somebody's got a god complex. To express it more correctly, how to establish the conditions necessary for the development of divine powers in man, so that a human being may become a god by the power of God in the same. What the fuck? In the same sense that a seed becomes a plant by the aid of the four elements. No, what? And the action of the invisible fifth element. That's a good movie.
It is good.
The quintessence the quintessence or life.
Oh God. So this paper is called "What is Alchemy?" I still don't know what alchemy is.
Yeah, it didn't tell us anything. It took us almost an hour to read it.
To be fair, we also
we did talk about like everything else besides.
Yeah.
Like literally everything else.
Oh,
even the subjects that we talked about last week. But it is
Emerald tablets. It's been a while since I heard that.
Oh yeah, well, there's supposed to be these like indestructible green tablets that was found like under the Sphinx or something like that.
Yeah, Jordan's talked about them in a few spirit science videos. And I always thought it was kind of funny that he talked about them, and here we are seeing them again.
All the woo people just copy each other.
Let's find out what they are.
Well, I feel like they don't so much copy each other as they do amalgamate.
Yeah, it always feels like they like reinterpret and like also remove whatever detail there actually was. It's quite strange.
But in spirit science case, instead of proofreading and making sure that all the things that they pulled out are cohesive with one another, they seldomly are and are often in hilarious contradiction.
Well, that's because Jordan doesn't actually care. In his mind, all explanations can be equally true, even if they contradict each other. You just have to find some way in which they are.
Yeah, validity for him is a spectrum.
His video on the flat Earth is the most spectacular view into mental gymnastics you'll ever see. Because he actually does advocate for the Earth being both flat and round at the same time.
Yep.
And it's amazing. It
is.
Just.
Has anybody done a video on it yet?
Yes, Marimo has done a video on that.
Wait, I think I already saw that though.
I think I watched it.
Yeah, you did a long and harder on it.
Yeah, I did a longer and harder on it. Mostly I just laughed because it was real dumb.
But spirit science, that's just a given.
I mean, that's really all you can do. Hi, handsome boy. What do you
Well,
want to do?
I wish like hell that all of his little cronies that have since quit still had their channels, like fucking Ray Camille. I miss that guy. He was so delightfully moronic.
Does Ralph Smart still do stuff?
Yeah, dude.
The
Actually,
the
his
guy the
channel
guy
is-
the guy who talks like he's on like lithium.
Oh, dude, he still talks like that. He hasn't changed. Ralph has become more, like over the Of course, like I haven't made a video in so fucking long, but I still keep up with Ralph. I follow him on Instagram and all that goofy shit. Because in spite of all of his dumbassery, he does seem like a genuinely nice person.
It's just a shame that his voice makes me want to commit suicide.
Oh, yeah.
Like I can't stand to listen to him.
Dude, to be honest with you, I've tried the few times I've tried going back and making part 3 of Do You Even Dimensions. I just can't. It's really hard to sit through. I'll sum up the last 5 minutes of that video. He's full of shit. There you go. That's part 3 of Do You Even Dimensions, bro. Ralph Smart is a fucking idiot.
Ding.
He thinks that one of the first things that he says about proving the 5th dimension is that oracles back in ancient Greece, right? Oracles were Greek, right? Not Roman.
Hmm?
The oracles, the women who used to
Go Greek, yeah,
shit.
Greek.
Okay, yeah. He says that they were a sign that the 5th dimension is real because they read the future, when really all they did was
They
fucked
gave
up on fumes from a volcano and basically almost killed themselves every day from smoke inhalation.
Yeah, they got high on those volcano.
Yeah, and that was enough. You know, when I watched the video the first time and I got to that, I was like, yeah, that's enough for me to know that you're completely talking grass. You know, not the fact that you don't understand what the second and
Hello?
oh no, I'm
Hey
here.
there, Smelly? Okay.
Wait, am I still muted?
No. You kind of cut
Okay.
off it. Like, you were saying something and you kind of cut off. And so...
Yeah.
Oh, I dropped my mouse and it muted me.
Oh.
Yeah, I bought a wireless mouse again, like an idiot.
How's that working out for you?
Actually, man, to be honest with you, the Razer Atheris is a pretty good mouse. This is the 3rd one of theirs that I've owned, and no, the first 2 were my fault. They didn't break because they're bad products. They one of them was crushed because I knocked it onto the floor and then later stepped on it. The second one I lost the top to because it's magnetically held to the top of the chassis by a magnet that holds on to one little tiny set screw. And oh no, it's 2. But either way, regardless, I lost the top to the second 3.
I found something truly magical.
Are you going to read it? Should read it.
You really should, because the Knights Templar in Cannabis is probably the best title I've ever seen.
Exactly. Cannabis.
I don't even have to know what's going on.
The philosopher stoned, or as it should be, the philosopher is stoned.
Yeah, seriously. The philosopher's stoned, bruh.
I mean, have you met philosophers?
Okay, that's a fair point. Listening to philosophers talk to one another, or people in philosophy class talk to one another,
God,
is like
no.
listening to stoners talk.
It is
fucking
the
hilarious.
worst.
Let's debate the ethics of something, but then 4 sentences in, start talking about things that are completely unrelated.
Philosophy's the worst. I'm sorry if people are philosophers. I have opinions. Very strong opinions about philosophy.
Yeah. I think it's better that we just all keep our opinions locked in for now.
Keep your goddamn opinions to yourself.
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got them, and they mostly.
There are actually people without an asshole.
that destroys that
Yes.
Well, there you go.
saying. Oh, you really put me in my place.
With my extensive asshole knowledge.
Only fucking Micro would have extensive asshole knowledge. I'm gonna throw that one in the vault of future gay jokes. Oh shit. Any one individual section of our live streams could literally get us thrown into cancel culture at any moment.
Oh god,
we
yeah.
are.
It's a good thing no one cares who we are.
It's yeah. Whoa. Oh. Someone was telling me, because apparently I have, my channel has gone into the SJW super sensitive snowflake territory. Like, I am one of those people.
Yeah, apparently
rightfully pointed out that I do this show.
Yeah. Apparently, RD, who has made some who had laughed at and made some truly fucked up jokes on this show, is an SJW somehow.
Yeah, that's profoundly fucking stupid. Look, being able to acknowledge sensitivities towards other people's plight is way different than being actively on a fucking soapbox out yelling your ideals to other people. There's a fucking huge difference, and I don't think that in any way, anything that you've ever done, R&D, has in any way dropped into any SJW thing, other than the fact that you're able to empathize. The fuck does... sorry, I don't understand how people...
No, it's stupid.
Well,
Radical
it's
fucking
because
leaves.
SJW isn't really it's not a real word.
No, it's a conversation. It's an argument, a stopper, basically.
Yeah, it's not an actual description of what I do or don't do. It's just meant to either hurt my feelings or make people want to take me through.
Yeah, because
whatever the fuck that means.
To any degree, anything could be an SJW thing. I mean, fuck what would the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, they literally are a social justice group. They are a group that fights for the underdog.
Yeah.
That's literally their whole fucking... That's everything to them. That's why they exist.
Yeah.
But they do.
If you define it loosely enough, you could make the argument, and I'm about to, that like Trump is an SJW because when he first started his campaign, he was for the everyman and trying to at least that was his campaign promises, not what he did, but
I think it's hilarious
that was his
that
thing.
He built his whole campaign on fighting for the underdog, and has only proved that he's just as much in the pockets of big industry as any Clinton ever would be.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, he literally came from an empire that runs everything we do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally everything on Earth is dependent upon having a place to do it. And that's what his business was selling places for people to do stuff in.
Yep.
Real estate. Let's just be 100% clear on that. He was Trump. The Trump name is synonymous with real estate. Dad steaks and failed university.
Well, it was. Now it's synonymous with something else. Hey, R&D, roll an Arcana check.
Oh no.
There's actually a deck of cards made by Illusionist, I think, called the Arcane deck, and it's actually a really nice deck.
Well, it was D&D reference. Because roll.
Yeah, I know you were.
I'm sorry, we didn't get to. Me and R&D didn't get to play last week.
It's true. We gotta get our D&D jokes in somewhere.
Yeah, there's one person out there that'll get it. Actually, I used to play D&D. I shouldn't be so douchey.
What? Child. This is the dictionary. Child. A naked child symbolizes the innocent soul. In alchemy, the child is the offspring of the king and queen, the result of their marriage or union, A child crowned or clothed in purple robes signifies salt or the philosopher's stone. That's
How
not.
does something purple signify something that is most often white?
Also, I'm confused. That's not a dictionary. That's not a dictionary. Is supposed to explain what something is.
Well, maybe it's supposed to explain what it is to them.
Oh,
So they shouldn't call it a dictionary so much as a maybe an index.
I don't know. Oh, it's cinnabar, which is an actual like ore that you get mercury from.
Ooh, beans.
Okay, do you think that they were all meant to have that gray box behind them?
No, it's just some of them. Some of them do, and some of them don't.
Yeah, I was noticing.
This website's amazing.
Crows are the symbol of the black phases of calcination and putrefaction.
What? Wait to diss the crows. What have they've done to you?
I know. I mean, they're already fucking
Like,
bottom feeders. You don't have to step on them.
well, they're not bottom feeders. Like, crows are pretty high up in
To
the.
this guy, they are.
Crows are super awesome.
Crows are fucking amazing. Crows are the best animals.
I'm sorry. Anything that is described, anything that's group is described as a murder, automatically is a win in my book. That's just fucking awesome.
Yep.
My shit in the dryer out.
Okay.
Something about a dryer.
Gotta get that dryer.
No,
I should probably head out because I gotta get ready. We gotta get rid. Well, I gotta help do things before.
Yeah,
Well,
we are coming to an end here. We are also like continuously avoiding to talk about anything other than the side.
Dumb. It's real dumb.
Yes.
Like not even not a little dumb, but like real dumb.
I'm glad I found it.
I will give them this though. This is probably one of the best looking websites.
Yeah, we talked about that and before you got in. Like their logo is pretty nice, and
Their logo is amazing.
yeah. The only weird thing here is the fact that like the weirdly over animated thing where it like scrolls up and shows the same text.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's kind of
It
annoying.
seems unnecessary. Like
90%
someone
of this
forgot to add
website,
the-
even though I didn't get to see it, seems unnecessary.
Well, the whole site is unnecessary. Like someone put a lot of work into like writing down a lot of stupid shit.
Oh yeah, there's definitely effort in this. And then the sections for each letter keep getting smaller and smaller. It's like you got tired of writing things.
Oh no, here we go. There's a lot more.
Holy shit. I think S was the longest one.
This seems like something that should have been at the top. Like how to navigate the site.
The alchemists believe they're okay, and then they're not even gonna show you how to navigate. They're just gonna explain the same shit we read in that long-winded form. Printing problems.
Why is this at the bottom of the dictionary?
I have no idea.
How to work with fractal diagrams. What?
I'm so fucking confused.
Oh, there's a quiz. If you could make a video of your mind in the last few weeks, which of the following would it look like?
And none of the dots are lined up under the images.
Well, that's because I'm zoomed in.
They're still not lined up with the images.
Nope.
Oh my god, that's so easy to do too. It's so fucking easy.
Also, what? I don't even understand the question. Also, why is this in so many boxes?
Look, all of these screensavers from 1996 are cool and all, but none of it represents any of the images in my mind. I mean, fuck, that's what they look like. They look
I
like
think
in the
this
late 90s.
this thing here, like, this encapsulates this website perfectly. I think this is a perfect place to end on.
Oh, but the third frame above should be moving. But why?
Because
Why must they be moving?
Because your mind is a television. Ooh, television mind powers.
My Windows Vista screensaver that goes on in my mind, it's always moving, dude. It's like constant.
Dude, what if your like imagination is just your like mind screensaver?
It's so profound. I think later I'm gonna smoke 4 pounds of marijuana. Ha!
Philosophy 101, everyone.
I'll show my brain cells.
Maybe if I smoke enough, my like brain parts will become the Philosopher's Stone, and I can make like my brain into gold. I'm not sure where I was going with that one.
Can you transmutate all these stupid ideas into something coherent? Please? Jesus Christ. Well, I'm glad that I woke up at least in time to listen to some of that crap. That's a great way to wake up. Hey, fucking get out of bed. Alright, now go talk about fucking alchemy.
Wake up! They're stupid to be listened to. Well,
holy shit.
I think on that note, we are gonna end for tonight. So thanks for everyone who came and joined us in the chat.
Woot woot.
Yes, we love you all for showing up and listening to us talk.
Even though it might be considered a form of self-harm, we're not quite sure.
And don't repeat anything that we say because Susan Wojcicki's always listening.
Personally, she just sits there with a pair of headphones on that plays every YouTube video ever at the
Have
same
you ever
time.
watched any fucking interview with her? She looks vacant behind the eyes, like nobody's fucking home.
Well, of course, she has to concentrate on listening to all the videos.
It's human words. Must take in all human words.
She's trying to learn the English language the same way that the Transformers from the Michael Bay universe did.
Oh my god.
And on that note, night, people. Or good day, if it's day.
Good, whatever time it is.
That works.
Bye, because it covers